Kicir-kicir, ini lagunya, lagu lama, ya Tuan dari Jakarta. Good evening ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Devi van der Uziel and I am from class 11A. Did you recognize that song? It is called Kicir-kicir, a traditional folk song from Betawi, the native culture of Jakarta. Today, I sang this song because the story I am about to tell also comes from Betawi. Today, I will tell you the story of Si Pitung. Every nation has heroes stand bravely against injustice. One of Indonesia's most legendary folk heroes is Si Pitung, a man remembered for his courage, kindness, and unwavering determination to defend the poor. His story has inspired generations and remains an important part of Betawi culture. Once upon a time, during the colonial era in Batavia, the city we now call Jakarta, there lived a brave and extraordinary young man named Pitung. He was raised in a humble village called Rawabilong. Pitung was not just an ordinary villager. He was a deeply religious man, a devoted son, and a brilliant student of Haji Naipin, a wise master of Silat, the traditional martial art. Through years of intense training, Pitung mastered incredible physical strength, lightning fast speed, and an unbreakable spirit. During this dark period, the local people of Batavia lived in deep misery. The ruthless colonial government and greedy local landlords controlled everything. They forced the poor villagers to pay impossibly high taxes. Wives wept because their kitchens were empty and husbands were brutally beaten in the streets if they could not pay. Pitung watched this suffering every day until he could no longer stay silent. His heart ached and his face clenched with anger. He stepped forward, looked up to the sky, and declared that his silat skills were meant to fight for justice and protect his people. Under the cover of the pitch black night, Pitung and his loyal companions launched their sacred rebellion. Moving as silent as shadow, they scaled the high walls of the landlord's luxury estates. They bypassed guards, unlocked iron chains, and retrieved the gold and money that had been taken from the citizens. The next morning, the village was filled with gasps of joy. Families opened their doors to find bags and rice and pouches of coins left on their doorstep. The poor and the hungry finally smiled again, and the villagers fiercely protected Pitung, treating him as their guardian angel. However, the Robin Hood-style justice made the Dutch colonial officer, Scott Hein, completely furious. He slammed his fist on his desk and ordered his troops and find Pitung dead or alive. Despite their massive manhunt, the soldiers could never catch the eagle Pitung. Out of desperation, Scott Hein devised a cowardly plan. The soldiers raided Rawabilong and took Pitung elderly parents and his beloved teacher, Haji Naipin, as hostages. They claimed them in the town square, threatening to execute them if Pitung did not surrender. When word reached Pitung, he faced an agonizing choice, but a true hero never lets others suffer for his sake. So, he bravely walked into the enemy heavily guarded camp and surrendered to save his loved ones. The soldiers bound him in heavy iron chains and threw him into the darkest prison in Batavia. However, Scott Hine underestimated the power of a righteous warrior. Inside the pitch-black cell, Pitung prayed calmly. Using his extraordinary agility and intelligence, he broke the iron locks, slipped past the sleeping guards, and escaped over the prison walls under the midnight rain. He returned to his people and continued fighting against tyranny and oppressions until his very last breath. To his day, the legend of Si Pitung remains used. The true strength is not measured by physical power alone, but by the courage to stand for justice and the willingness to sacrifice for others. His legacy to inspire people to defend what is right, no matter how difficult the challenge may be. Sekian, thank you.